Welcome into the John M. Huntsman Center on the campus of the University of Utah, the site of the 2024 6A State Championship Basketball Tournament. On KSLSports.com, your online home for state championships. Dusty Lidster and Dane Stewart with you. As always, represented by Herriman and Associates. And this week brought to you by NutriCost. Go to NutriCost.com. Find over 300 supplements there. And when you get to the end, when you check out, use the code UTAHMADE and get 30% off your supplements order. A Utah-made company for Utah-made athletes. Our matchup in this one, the Davis Darts and the Herriman Mustangs. The winner will go on to take on the Lehigh Pioneers. And Dane, this is an interesting game. We know a lot about Davis. Tell people a little bit more about Herriman.
Well, it's a Herriman team that has a ton of talent, Dusty. It's a Herriman group that returns a lot of contributors. And you can start on the inside with Malcolm Johnson, 14 points per game. Clay Barkley, Ike Palmer. They can really stretch the floor, very dynamic. You've got a point guard in Stockton Blanchard who's got experience. And then you've got a familiar name in Carlos Mulford. It's a group with a lot of experience, but they haven't really been able to capitalize on it. First-year head coach back up into Salt Lake County. Fantastic to have Coach Meekum back here. And he's got this group in a quarterfinal looking to go to their first semifinal ever.
They got close a couple years ago and lost to Matt Van Komen and the Pleasant Grove Vikings, but now getting back into it. And Davis, coached by Chad Sims, and it's a team that is going to play, they're going to run their stuff, they're going to play fast, they'll play outside. They're not overly big, Dane. They got to be able to play in a big way if they're going to take care of this lineup from Herriman.
They do. Their ball movement's going to have to be good. They got to be locked in on the defensive end for all 32 minutes. This Herriman team is big. They're physical. You got to be ready to go battle if you're Davis. And they need their long ball to show up. They need guys like Morgan, Fisher to be able to shoot the ball well from long range.
That is a goal. Now down the floor with the Herriman Mustangs, mentioned led by Coach Doug Beecham, the longtime head coach at American Fork High School, went down to St. George and won a title. There's a three for Herriman.
Oh, Papa Blanchard, gonna love to see that from the junior to get things going.
He's got the right first name and a good last name. Stockton Blanchard knocking down the three as Atwater sends that ball to the corner. Now drop it inside. There's good ball movement. Try to get that back to Fisher. Couldn't quite do it. Three on the way from Atwater is good. Coleman Atwater. This is a youngster.
Yeah, we did not talk about the junior in the open, averaging 15 points per game. He's lengthy, like good 6'4", and he can be locked in defensively. And when he shoots the ball well, that can open up a lot of opportunities for this Davis offense.
Right down the floor with Herriman. Mulford down the lane. No. Rebound and put back by Johnson.
Yeah, you're going to see a lot of that. Malcolm Johnson is a guy on the inside. He's difficult to match up with due to his physicality. But that young man, I mean, he's gotten even taller since we saw him last. He continues to just be a load on the interior.
Fisher misses on that one. Had a chance to do the Herriman Copper Hills first game of region play as Stockton Blanchard long on the three. Rebound to Barclay, sends it back out. Mulford, no. And the rebound loose and in the hands of Atwater. Mentioned Doug Meacham all those years at American Fork. Got so close, just never quite get over the top. Ran into all those years of Lone Peak and Quincy Lewis and that crew. Is now a foul away from the ball on the screen. Going to go on Zach Fisher.
Look, he walked into a situation that, again, has so much talent on the floor. And you got one of the great coaches to ever coach up in the Valley up here. And you mix that with all the talent there, and you got a recipe for success. And it's why they are the 3 seed in this tournament.
Much to the chagrin of some, but they got the 3 seed at the RPI. They didn't ask for it. They got it, as that shot does not drop, and we'll have a and one is Malcolm Johnson once again with the board and the putback, and he will go to the line.
They've got guys who can score the basketball. When we talk about Palmer and Barkley, but the reason why I started with Malcolm Johnson is because of just that. He's a walking second chance opportunity. And an opportunity not only for second chances, but for and ones inside.
As that free throw is good, and it's an 8-3 start for Herriman. And that's the thing that Davis has to figure out in this ball game is you You're giving up so much size. How do you contend with just such a size differential?
That's why you talk about the ball movement. It has to be so good. You think about their state championship team. It was 5 out, spread the defense out, get that ball moving, find the right open look. They're going to do something similar today. That's not what Coach Sims would have liked to have seen.
Got his pocket picked on that drive. Come back down the floor. Blanchard, no. Rebound to Fisher.
They're probably fortunate there. Blanchard left open, already hit one earlier. Got to make certain you close out. This Herriman team has a lot of shooters.
Fisher gets around. Palmer can't get that to drop. Tracked down out of bounds off of Taylor. And it will be Herriman Mustang basketball. Officials in this one, Nick Shields, Sean Morris, and Drake Marquez. Also known as Todd Graham in some circles.
That's right.
Also known as the instant replay man at Jazz games in most circles. Just didn't realize you didn't know his name. But trust me, if we ever showed his face on screen, oh yeah, I know that guy. I mean, Mike Goodkind's going to get pictures at games he calls for us. I mean, Drake Marquez is going to have a whole fan club. As Mulford traveled first, and the ball goes back to the Davis Darts.
Young man not in the starting lineup today, but I'm sure we'll see him as Trayton Bessinger. He's been hot for Davis in the back half of the season.
Fisher long on the three, rebound to Mulford on the run out. Give it up to Johnson. Johnson to Palmer. Palmer stuffed at the rim.
And how about that execution? I know they don't come away with points. Coach Meekham's going to be like, guys, just lay it in. But man, that was great execution of the fast break.
I don't agree with this one, but we'll show it. I think he comes in after he starts his way up, but they call it a charge on Zach Fisher. I should have gone with the 10-second option instead of the 5. That's on me.
Bessinger just coming in here for Davis, and Barclay coming on here for Herriman. Bessinger's been different in region play. He's been electric.
He's been very good. Bodie Sparrow had a lot of minutes early on, too. Expect to see them, or see him as well. As they try to get that across court, and Ike Morgan gets the steal. The foul is going to go to Blanchard. Do you think if we asked his dad who would win a free throw contest?
Oh, you kidding me?
Coach?
Yeah.
Okay, who wins a three-point shooting contest?
You think the answer's changing?
We almost got the shooting contest when he and Skylar Wilson
we were
years
close,
ago.
Actually.
Yeah, I thought we were going to be able to pull that off. On the drive, Atwater, stolen by Mulford. Mulford. Morgan got out of the way, and that layup is good. Contest there from Connor Swap.
Davis has to settle in. This game is teetering a little bit here. Herriman feeling really confident and loose. You see everything's really tough for the Darts.
Taylor on the outside. Doesn't go. Johnson with the rebound. And down the floor with Mulford. Carlo drops it in. Johnson sends to the corner. Ike Palmer for 3. And a timeout to Chad Sims.
It's not just one guy. The ball moves. And you want to collapse down to take away the size inside? Great. We'll kick it for a 3.
It's a 30-second timeout, which makes it a Utah Facial Plastics timeout. And again, everything about plastics, you think about having to get plastic surgery to help your face look better and all the cosmetic surgeries. Well, while that is true, there are other benefits to it. One is hair restoration. If you need help, if you're losing your hair, and you don't have to lose your hair, you don't have to just accept the fact you're not going to have hair, go to Utah Facial Plastics, 801-960-3137, and set up a consultation, and you can get some help. And I promise, if you meet with Doug Henstrom, you tell him that Dusty sent you, he's going to take care of you anyway.
Yeah, he won't hit you in the face.
Yeah.
He'll be like, oh, I know that guy.
And if he does hit it, he can fix it. Now it's time for Davis. They got to flip this around a little bit. 13-3, a tough start, and Herriman really feeling themselves. On the tough end of the floor, we might add.
Yeah, Herriman defensively has been really good to start this game. was one of the questions for me was, would Davis be able to keep score with the Mustangs? And the way Herriman's playing defense right now, it's going to be a tough task.
So Atwater sends that to Ike Morgan. Morgan down the baseline. Did not get the kick. It went off the leg of Johnson, and he's able to steal it.
That's a nice goalie move right there. Just step right in front.
Send that ball to the corner. 3 from Barclay. No. And the rebound loose. And then grabbed by Taylor on the run now with Morgan.
Look how quick Herriman is to get back to. Davis trying to pick up the tempo. Can't do it.
Ike tried to go inside out. The ball tipped, got it back. Sends it over. Bessinger for 3. Long in the rebound to Johnson. You can just feel Davis is just sped up at the moment.
Yep. I don't want to say desperate for points, but it feels like, oh, when we got an open look, I got to take it.
Corner 3, and the second for Ike Palmer.
Ike Palmer.
And that shot back rim.
Everything long, too. Think about these Davis threes. They're both from the college line. There's another one.
Taylor got it. That was a big, big 3.
Yeah, I needed that badly. Little zone here.
Part of the difference is they got to get it done on the defensive end, too. Down by 6. It's good to make shots. We got to put up zeros as Palmer lost the handle, but into the hands of Barclay. Palmer skipped to Blanchard. Blanchard, free throw line J is good. They now 5 points in the quarter for Stockton Blanchard.
They bring the backside help to take away the lob, and the skip pass then has that zone moving, and Blanchard able to break it down, find the opening right at the top of the paint. Really good headiness there by Herriman.
20 seconds on the shot clock up top with Atwater. He'll pull and hit the 3. He hit the deck, no call. And a big 3.
Is that a second 3?
Yes, second 3. First points of the game and then on that one. So all 9 points coming from the 3-point line. 2 from Atwater, 1 from Taylor.
Got to get a stop here.
There's Carlo Mulford. Hello, Carlo. Let us know what movie you get a box of 4 crumble cookies inside. Ike Palmer, no. Tipped up and in by the man of the quarter, Malcolm Johnson.
Traveled with it.
Well, that'll do for the quarter anyway. At the end of 1, it is all Mustangs. Herriman 20, Davis 9. You're watching the 2024 6A State Basketball Tournament, presented by Heidemann Associates, brought to you by NutriCost.
Well, we're not sure. NutriCost is also available at a great price delivered right to your door. NutriCost has over 500 different products for health and wellness. NutriCost, only what you need.
Welcome back in, Dusty Litster and Dane Stewart. Let's go to our Handles Ice Cream trivia question of the game. Ike Palmer joined the 1,000 Point Club this year. Who's the only other Mustang to do so? If you watch Rewind,
you know it.
You know the answer.
Yeah, we're trying to look. Saturdays were a little tough, so today we're taking a couple off-speed pitches for you, trying to give a couple change-ups. Here's one of them.
Do you follow us? That's what we want to know.
Yeah.
So, and also the current movie quote to get a box of 4 cookies from Crumble is "Hello, Carlo." There's somebody out there has to know if my family are watching this. That's a layup. So Mulford up top. Sends that ball to the corner. Ike Palmer off on the 3 and the rebound to Zach Fisher. And I know Coleman Atwater's got started. Zach Fisher, you know he's going to go. And Johnson was already falling. Yep, there you go. That's a block all the way here on Malcolm Johnson. That tree was already going to the ground. Quickly into Coleman. Sends it back up. That was Turley. Morgan goes inside. Back out Fisher. Fisher drives into Johnson. That's going to be his second foul of the quarter. And a little bit, if you're Chad Sims, you might fist pump, get 2 fouls on Malcolm Johnson, maybe get him off the floor.
I think they will.
So Jaden Newman and Stockton Blanchard come back on as Beckham Willis comes off the floor. Ike Palmer passed up the 3 in the corner. Turley on the drive. JT, beautiful take and finish. First non-3.3 or bucket or points. 8-4 today.
It is the first non-3.3. That is true as well.
In the history of basketball.
That's right.
Oh, nice take and finish there by Barclay.
You know, I was walking the hallways earlier today, and I walked past this Herriman group, and our great intern, Kenzie, she'd be looking up at every one of them.
Yes.
I was looking up at every one of them. This is a big, big Herriman lineup.
The bucket there at 22-13. Hey, we have an answer to the movie quote.
Yeah?
Yeah. Brandon Wilkins, who's watched nearly every game today, I've noticed. We've had messages. He almost got in on the Music Man last game. The Godfather.
When you said it's a layup for your family, I knew. That's where we were going.
Yeah, it's one of the... Clemenza takes care of family business.
All right.
Carlo's
hey, we got a crumble winner.
And you don't weep for Carlo. Carlo's a bad guy. There's a 3 from Jaden Newman. Comes off the bench, knocks down a triple. But Brandon, give me your... shoot me your email. We'll get you taken care of with Crumble as Zach Fisher hits a 3.
I think Zach's got to have a big game today. Davis right now, they're hanging around. I think they need number 4. Have himself a whale of a game.
And there's a foul on the drive there for Ike Palmer.
Number 10, turn first.
And Palmer misses the first. I mentioned Palmer, only the second player in program history to reach the 1,000-point club. Who is the original member? Or the charter member, some might say.
For Herriman.
For 1 second, I thought the governor was here. Just like a second, our former broadcast partner.
Yeah.
And the second free throw is good. Frank Palmer. Been trying to get that one back.
It is a close remnant, yeah.
Yeah, someone becomes the top guy in the state of Utah. All of a sudden, he can't come broadcast games with us. Legislative session.
That sounds like an excuse to me.
Send it over. 3 for Turley, short. And the rebound claimed by Drayton Stilson. Drayton shaken away from Morgan. 20 on the shot clock. Oh, Palmer couldn't handle that pass. The ball goes back to Davis. Dan Barney.
Yeah, I was like, wait, did I miss something?
Like, Dan, I didn't see the, I didn't hear a whistle for that. So no 30-second timeout. We'll keep here. Dan Barney always does a great job on the PA, even if he doesn't give us shout-outs like he used to could. He's had a couple opportunities thus far as there was a foul on the floor. Be the 13th foul on the Mustangs. Of course, Dane and I got to know Dan because state tournament time meant Dan was part of the rotation at a different time in a different place. And 3 won't go. The board and stick won't stay for Rouse. And the rebound to Barclay on the run now with Jaden Newman. Give it up to Carlo Mulford. Carlo for 3.
Number 2, Carlo.
Just make him his dinner, what Carlo says. Atwater outside. Morgan just got that pass off. Turley amongst the trees. Wow, what a pass to Ralphs. Lost it on the way up. That was a pretty pass, though.
It was.
I feel for all of our fans. They're going to see that on the interwebs.
Ooh.
Oh, man, and Carlo Mulford starting to get going. Just a sophomore, Carlo Mulford.
You get that first step, there's no help behind. Mulford with a paved lane all the way to the rim.
They did that matchup, the first one between he and Isaiah Reiser, and I think we've got 2 more years of that. I was like, that's pretty good. We got
right?
4 more matchups at least.
Well, unless we do realignment.
That'll be their senior year. There's a fall away from Atwater. That's true. So Coleman Atwater gets that one to go. I don't remember. Is there another Herriman-ish high school coming? There's one in Saratoga Springs area.
I'm not aware of one out there.
As Mulford sends out to Blanchard, gets it back. Step back to 3. Yes, Carlo has it going and lets Turley know about it.
Yeah. Man, Herriman, they look so good in this first half.
They have not been to a semifinal in school history. Ike Morgan knocks down the 3. And then a timeout to Chad Sims with 2.5 left. We'll take the timeout as well. We'll be right back. You're watching the 2024 6A State Championship Basketball Tournament. We got a winner.
Apparently all you had to do was yell at him. Hey, congratulations, Tara Lee Anger with the winner. Able to get our trivia question right. The question was, Ike Palmer, 1,000-point score for Herriman, who was the first, and the only other, David Maynard. Congratulations, Tara Lee Anger. We'll be in contact on how to get you your gift card.
Absolutely. And Anger is, of course, a very well-known name in Herriman. I'm going to...
Yeah, I would run with that one.
Yeah.
The batting average we have with that this week. Let's do it.
It's got to be at least a family member. Daughter might be on the call on the television side for the championship. She has been the last couple of years. Kylie Inger. And there's a right back in. They saved it in, and it's Fisher with the layup. In a 11-point game.
Important final 2 minutes. I think you got to get this down to about 7.
3 on the way, no. And the rebound to Taylor.
Much better rebounding there by Davis. You got 3 guys crashing the glass there.
Taylor sends that one back out. Atwater now up top with Morgan.
Oh man, look here. You can open up that paint.
Fisher misses the 3, and the rebound to Johnson. And Dave Maynard was fun to watch.
He was fun to watch. I want to say he went out East Columbia, maybe.
Oh, to Columbia?
Ball, I think.
Really?
I could be wrong on that.
Let's have a quick look-see. I get the...
Citadel.
Oh, it's the Citadel.
Yeah.
The Citadel.
The
Yeah,
Citadel.
make sure it's the only the.
The only the.
Just because you say the doesn't make you the. There is a ball out of bounds. I know I made a parent that really likes me. At least I thought she did. They might not like me so much after if they're watching a game. I went on my Ohio State soliloquy.
Yeah. That's why I just say go Vandals. You're not going to make anyone upset by saying go Vandals. The only people you do, I don't know if I really want their opinion.
Ike Morgan knocked that out of bounds off of Cale Barclay, and the ball will go back to Davis. Although you got to love that Idaho's gotten brought up more and more and more now that NCAA Football 25 got
if that
announced.
game does not contain the Kibbe Dome.
It does.
It does?
Yes.
Been confirmed?
Confirmed.
Awesome. I was on the wedge about whether I was going to buy it or not.
Yeah, I've heard confirmed. But there are plenty of people I watch, Barstool or whatever throughout the day, and they all bring up, oh, man, it's not like getting Idaho and going win. So many. 15 seconds. Atwater sends that one out. 3 on the way, no, from Basinger. Tipped out, back to Basinger. Taylor with the fresh shot clock, got plenty of time. Fisher inside, falls away, no. Tipped back out by Basinger.
Nice save.
Morgan to the corner, back where we started. Shot clock turned off after that last rebound. 20 seconds. Now Atwater, he got an advantage here. Coleman goes inside out, tipped away. Blanchard was there on the loose ball, and the foul will be charged to Davis. The foul will be charged to Caleb Taylor.
Man, extended possession there for Davis. So many looks. Got to clarify. So David Maynard did go to the Citadel, went to Colgate before that. So young man that
got his teeth worked on first, and then
went to the Citadel. Yeah. So I want to thank Coach Gardner helping us out with that one. Hey, Coach.
Hey, Jeff, where are you?
Hi.
Oh, we should have reached out, made sure Jeff was here today. Want to come tomorrow? Go ahead and text us. You got our number. We'd love to have you tomorrow, Coach. Semi-final day. It's down the baseline, doesn't go. Johnson, no. This will be a shot at the horn, and that'll do it at the end of a half. 2 quarters in, it is Herriman 34, Davis 23. Herriman playing terrific basketball in the first half. We'll step aside. Thanks for watching the 2024 6A State Championship Basketball Tournament on KSLSports.com, your online home for state championships. As always, represented by Heidemann and Associates. Go to utah.law to find the office nearest you. Get a free consultation. Let them know the Rewind sent you. And also brought to you by NutriCost, where 300 supplements available on NutriCost.com. Use the code UTAHMADE to get 30% off your order. Again, halftime score, Herriman 34, Davis 23. We'll be back with the halftime performances after this. Welcome back into the Huntsman Center. Dusty Lidster and Dane Stewart with you. Herriman had a terrific first half, Dane, and they lead this game by 11.
Yeah, they did. Shot 52% from the floor, 50% from beyond the arc. Had the rebounding advantage, less turnovers, really everything in favor of Herriman. And if you're Davis, you just got to get back to what you do and do well. I know it's an 11-point difference, but not something that can't be overcome.
As Atwater misses, and the rebound claimed by Johnson.
You know, Davis didn't take one free throw in that first half.
No.
And I don't blame the officials. They took 22 shots, 14 of them from beyond the arc. So everything on the exterior right now for Davis. It's hard to get fouls and calls and get to the line when you're playing 20 feet away.
Try to explain that to a group of fans sitting near me at a basketball game recently.
Another putback for Malcolm Johnson. He just continues, Dusty, to be a cleanup machine.
He just stays in the spot, and you think back when he was a sophomore and now how big he's gotten.
Yep.
Just impressive as Fisher can't finish over the top of him. Mike Palmer with the rebound.
And look at him run the floor. He's first man up.
Stockton, no. And the rebound. To Fisher, not clear with the floor. Morgan, cross court. Taylor, feet set, long on the three. I'm going to have a foul on the floor. This can go on Diego Mulford.
That's a good baseline look there for Taylor. Just long, hit one back in the first half, but that's where Davis, don't want to say they live and die by the three. It's an important aspect of their game, but it has not been there consistently today as this one lost out.
And Atwater dribbles that ball out of bounds. And the ball goes back to Herriman, up 13 points. Carlo Mulford leads all scorers with 10 points at the half as that ball goes out of bounds. It'll be Davis basketball, and Davis has yet to get into rhythm, and we usually believe this, and I believe this very much. The team will find a rhythm. What is the differential going to be when you finally get going offensively? Morgan hands off to Fisher. Fisher spins inside of Johnson. They'll get the foul on Malcolm Johnson. And it's going to be Zach Fisher at the line.
You know, you don't see this very often. Malcolm Johnson looked over to the bench. It's kind of like, yeah, my arms, I know, they were coming out.
Shooting 2 shots, Davis for Zach Fisher.
As the free throw is good.
It's the third on Malcolm.
I had an official reach out and let me know you don't lose verticality when you move backwards or side to side. You still have a legal guarding position. The only way you lose legal guarding position is is moving forward. Sorry, lose that going forward.
See, that's interesting. I had an official send me a video that had contrary information on that.
Interesting.
Yeah. I'm not saying that's wrong.
Backcourt.
So it looks like we have homework in the offseason, Dusty.
Age of 99, where are you? Wait, where's Courtney Littledike? You know, somebody.
He's driving right now.
He does a game.
Doesn't even come and say hi.
He doesn't come say hi. He doesn't bring us anything. Goes and takes McAllister food at his last game and we'll gift. You think we're friends. And there's Taylor for three. A little long, and the rebound to Mulford. Extra pass. Blanchard down the baseline. Sends that one out. Mulford fights his way through. Back out to Stockton. Ike Morgan was off balance and fouled him. And it'll be about a near side with Herriman.
First team in for the Darts, number 10, JT Turley.
So JT Turley comes in for Davis. Lob inside, Barclay around Fisher and gets it off the window. Nice finish by Cale Barclay. Got to see him score really well this year and also in the Utah top 50. Zach Fisher short on the three. Rebound to Basinger, back into Fisher, who finishes.
Nice find there by Traden.
And you see Bessinger's used to finding the open guy. Especially when we've seen Bodie Sparrow today. I don't know if he got hurt. And he used to put in some pretty decent minutes. I haven't been able to do a Davis game for a little bit. Oh, block along the baseline. No Region 1 special here.
That's not even Region 1 special. That's under the glass, behind the glass.
The only thing you could probably call is player control, if you were going to call that a charge.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying you should.
I don't think he was out of control. The shoulder is certainly lowered, but there's no establishment of any guarding position there.
Try to go skip it and stolen by Atwater. Nice job by Coleman. On the baseline, and Taylor got a little fancy, turns it over. Here comes Mulford. Gives it up. The three on the way is short. And the rebound taken in by the Darts. Jaden Newman couldn't knock that one down. Morgan into the corner to Basinger. Bessinger sent away. Good play there by Cale Barclay. Credit was denied. And into Cale. Blocked from behind. Oh, the foul.
You see, just lose track. Eyes are watching the ball. Barkley able to slip behind. Tell you, between Saturday and today, one of the things that stood out to me at least, good teams, teams that win, teams that score a lot, often there's movement without the basketball. When it's stagnant, if you don't have the ball, and if you're not moving, you're not helping your team as much as you could be, right? The teams that win, the teams that score, someone's always moving to create opportunities, and that's a great find to be able to do it.
And the free throw good as Johnson will come back on. Back the other way as Ralphs came on the floor as well. Atwater tries to send it out. It's taken away by Ike Palmer. Palmer into Johnson, taken away by Taylor. A little sloppy. Dan, it's only a 13-point game. It
does not feel that close.
Yeah, it feels 20 plus.
Yeah.
As the Ike Palmer three is short. Tipped around, then taken by Davis. Palmer passes up the three. Goes cross court to Taylor. Atwater hits the deck, misses the three. Malcolm Johnson with the board, send ahead. Palmer all by himself, lays it in.
Well, unlike a former Herriman post player, he did not play quarterback. He played tight end. Of course, remnants of one starting tackle in the NFL now, Blake Freeland.
Yeah, Blake Freeland, he also played tight end too. Remember by
he
the time
did, but he played quarterback and then moved to tight end his senior year, was recruited as an athlete. But he was on that team where I was like, this Herriman team could create a matchup problem. They lasted for about a quarter and a half, I recall correctly, in a quarterfinal. Was it against PG?
PG, yeah. That was with David Maynard, if I remember right. Blake played a lot this year for the Colts.
Yeah,
Got
awesome.
Good minutes as that three did not go.
He's got to be one of the few athletes that have landed at tackle, right? Normally you see
Braden
athlete
Brown
on a recruiting sheet, and it's like, oh, receiver, or tailback, or corner, or say tackle.
Well, Braden Brown from Highland started at tight end and went to fullback, and then ended up at tackle. That ball goes off the rim.
But I mean being recruited as an athlete.
I see what you're saying.
The label of, oh, he's an athlete, right?
Yeah, loose ball ends up in the hands of Johnson, who's fouled. Put Malcolm Johnson to the line. No, I think you're right.
I mean, you just don't see that title given to many tackles. Speaks to Blake.
Yeah, and his first start at BYU was against Boise State, who was a top 15 team at the time. Yeah. And the free throw from Johnson back rim. Of course, Papa Freeland now the head coach at Riverton. We also got Andre James from the Herriman High School, that starting center for the Raiders for a long time. Went to UCLA, wears the silver and black. I was just waiting for something on Jaden Newman. He would not let Coleman Atwater go toward the baseline. He thought he was denying the ball. Here's Morgan. Top of Ralph's, back over to Ike. Ike can drive the baseline, terminates, sends to the corner. Three from Turley is no good. Rebound to Fisher, jackknife it up, count the bucket, put Zach Fisher at the line.
It's a nice job by Zach inside getting this rebound. That's a negative angle three on the take from Davis. That's just how good this Herriman D has been. But see Fisher going up strong. Nice take, and that's the fourth now on Malcolm.
Yeah, so Johnson will sit until Coach Beecham feels like he's got to bring him in.
This is the point for Davis to make a run. It's 14. You can get to 13 here. You can close out these final 2 minutes with a run. You have a little bit of confidence going into that fourth.
Back to a 13-point game. As Carlo Mulford's up top. Palmer gives that back out to Mulford. Mulford for three. Carlo knocks down the triple. And it's a 16-point game once again. And just a 30-second timeout. We'll keep this here as a Utah Facial Plastics timeout. Again, call 801-960-3137. And set up a consultation or time to go talk to Utah Facial Plastics. Look, if you're losing your hair and you're a guy, you don't want to lose your hair. Or if you've got lines in your face, you just started appearing because you barely turned 40. You want some help? Utah Facial Plastics there for you. We're talking about even deviated septums and other things as well. There's lots of things to get taken care of. You can take away the stigma of plastic surgery and go to people who will help you and give you a good consultation. That is Utah Facial Plastics, 801-960-3137, with offices in Draper, Layton. And I see, yeah, the other two, Draper and Layton. Let them know the Rewind sent you too. Did via Doug Henstrom. Say hi from Dusty.
Not hi from Dane.
And hi from Dane too.
I know Doug.
You do know Doug. What am I doing?
Yeah.
You guys went to Vegas together.
We
What am
did.
I thinking?
I can't go into details because what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas.
A large viewership on that game. As Fisher's fouled on the drive, and Zach Fisher has back-to-back three-point plays.
Talk about with Malcolm out, this is exactly where you got to go. Work inside, get to the lane. We talked about Davis really stuck on the outside through the first 2.5 quarters. Johnson out of the game, drive, drive, drive.
And Fisher misses the +1. Ike Morgan tracks down the rebound. He's got Palmer on him. Morgan out to Atwater. Morgan inside, nowhere to go, sends it back out to Turley. Turley now pulls on the 3, long. Rebound to Fisher, he lost it. Ike Palmer comes away with it. Stockton Blanchard goes at Atwater, no call.
Push it.
Fisher goes at Palmer. Barclay was there for the double. Ralph's too strong with the left hand. Oh. And then we have a call on Ike Palmer.
Ralph's maybe had a little too much momentum on this one, but the officials coming in, seeing a foul. It's a nice find there.
Yeah, it's just interesting timing on the call. And Ralph hits the first. And got them both. So 12-point game. Again, this is game 4 on the day. We'll have the 4 girls games coming up next. Westlake and Lone Peak. I feel like I just saw that game a couple weeks ago. Well, we did. This is just like last year for Lone Peak. As Ike Palmer knew he was in a compromising position, having to guard Barclay down the post. But last year, Lone Peak played Westlake at Westlake to close out the year. Then came back and played Westlake in the quarterfinals. They'll do it again this year. Both teams with 5 team fouls. As Cale Barclay hits the first. And the second is short. So back where we started the half, 13-point game. And Davis needing some momentum heading into the fourth quarter. Turley sends out for 3. Ralphs can't get it. Rebound to Taylor. And he's fouled by Carlo Mulfer. That's going to put Caleb Taylor at the line to shoot 2.
Number 2, Carlo Mulford, his third. At the line, shooting 2 to 5. Caleb Taylor.
This game has been at a snail's pace.
Been a tough game for Taylor. He's had a couple of looks from long range. There's the front of the free throw there. There you go.
So back to 12. Eight seconds. 5. And that pass, say back in. 2 seconds. Carlo at the horn and a block by Turley. And that'll do it for the third quarter. We go to the fourth. And it's a 12-point lead for Herriman, 47-35. You're watching the 2024 6A State Championship Basketball Tournament on KSLSports.com.
This is apple cider vinegar from NutriCost. This is apple cider vinegar from another leading brand. NutriCost has 500 milligrams of apple cider vinegar. So does this other brand. NutriCost is third-party tested, non-GMO, and gluten-free. This other brand? Well, we're not sure. NutriCost is also available at a great price delivered right to your door. NutriCost has over 500 different products for health and wellness. NutriCost, only what you need.
Welcome back in, Dusty Litster and Dane Stewart. A 12-point lead for Herriman. they are a quarter away from getting to their very first semifinal in school history. Cross court, Mulford, now Blanchard, short on the three, and Cale Barclay with the rebound. They're going to have a foul on Turley on the rebound. And this, again, goes to what I always talk about. Yeah, parents always scream over the back, over the back, over the back. Well, you can go over the back. You cannot make contact on that play. Let's see if you've got it at the end. Just real quick. Nope, I waited too long. Try to snap that inside to Barclay. Blanchard again, open for three. This one's short, and the rebound to Fisher. Quickly ahead, Rouse right up the floor. Big fella run, rim to rim, and get rewarded.
10-point game.
And again, it comes to defense if you're Davis.
And guess who's coming on?
Yeah, Malcolm Johnson with 4 personal fouls and a jump up. On the drive, Mulford, and one for Carlo Mulford.
We don't get to see Herriman a lot. I feel like this has been one of the best games I've seen Carlo play. Outside, you see the aggressive take there. With Johnson off the floor, he's been the guy that's been like, all right, we're good. He's been great here this afternoon.
So sophomore Carlo Mulford completes the three-point play. He's had quite the day. His game was just going through. You know, I had that first game against Copper Hills. He struggled offensively, but he wasn't really looking for a shot. The 2 biggest plays in that game were made by him at the end of the third quarter with a steal. He had a bucket, and then he had a steal to help bring them back. They were trailing in that game. As Atwater kind of got stuck on that decision, turns it over, quickly ahead, and it is Newman laying that one up and in.
That ball doesn't touch the floor until it's inside the opponent's key.
Go inside to Ralphs. Ralphs goes up, can't get it, gets a rebound, then lost it. This is going to go to Ike Palmer. That'll be the first foul of the quarter on Herriman.
Herriman Lehigh would be an interesting matchup. 2 very different roster constructs. Which style plays out?
Is Zach Fisher and Quincy Lewis versus Doug Meacham. I'm sure he loved that.
Yeah, right.
All the battles of Lone Peak and American Ford. Of course, in that time, Lone Peak AF was played at the UCCU Center. One game rather, it was played at the Marriott Center because they couldn't fit in either gym. Carlo Mulford on the drive, can't get it. And the rebound taken by Zach Fisher. And that ball out of bounds off of Newman. And I guess they thought differently of bringing back Malcolm Johnson.
I think Blanchard's little run, or not Blanchard, Mulford's little run probably made him feel better about that. Hey, we can go a little bit longer.
Stilson comes on the floor to give Mulford a break. As I imagine they make a push around the 4.5 minute mark. There's Fisher along the baseline with Ike Palmer there. Fall away from Fisher, won't go. Rebound to Taylor. Extra pass. The floater, back rimmed. Morgan got the rebound. Sends it back out to Atwater. Atwater the corner. It's Taylor for 3. Looked like it was on line, just a little off. And the rebound and run here with Stilson.
Herriman has given them the corners all game long. Davis hasn't been able to convert.
Nice hands, knocked it loose, tracked back down by Ike Palmer, and a timeout to Coach Doug Meacham. 30-second timeout. We'll take it as well. We'll be right back. You're watching the 2024 6A State Tournament.
At UCCU, we'll provide you with a low-rate line of credit that makes it easy to access the equity in your home with no fees or closing costs.
Simply complete an application on your phone or computer and select the low-rate option you prefer.
And then sit back and enjoy the peace of mind that comes from knowing you have a low-rate line of credit.
ready for whatever life throws at you.
To learn more or start your application, visit uccu.com or stop by any branch.
All entries also have the chance to win a year's worth of free oil changes from Jiffy Lube. You can also visit
Welcome back in, Dusty Litster and Dane Stewart. How about our coverage brought to you by NutriCost? Go to NutriCost.com. Over 300 supplements available on the website. Use the code UTAHMADE to get 30% off. I'll talk about how I use the amino acid BCAAs, the creatine, as that ball gets into Barclay. Sends it back out. Carlo Mulford short on the three. Stockton Blanchard tries to save it in. That ball's off of Davis and it will remain with Herriman. Oh, we got a foul on Ralphs.
Foul on number 2023 Davis. Easton Ralphs, his first foul.
So team foul number 3 on Davis. But again, go to NutriCost.com, put in the code UTAHMADE, get 30% off as that ball goes out of bounds. It'll be Malcolm Johnson coming back in at 4:45 left. Remember, he's got 4 personal fouls. But Davis was unable to make any dent. They got it down to 10 and haven't been able to do anything besides that.
That's correct. Dusty, I know you say I don't add anything of value, but you don't have to mute me. Sheesh.
Less is more. There's Taylor gets the gets the bucket. And I don't know what the stoppage was for.
I think just that ball was away.
Oh, okay. That was a movie line from Saturday. We can't recycle it.
That one fit much better. I didn't
even think much about it. Usually I'm the one unmuting me. Is there? Oh, Barclay misses at the rim. Johnson is there for the putback.
Malcolm Johnson.
Zach Fisher goes back out to Morgan, now to Atwater, to the corner, Taylor. Now Ralphs. Good hands by Blanchard, knocked that loose. Taylor turns it over on the baseline.
Ran out of real estate, nowhere to go.
Davis just feels discombobulated.
Well, and you got to give credit to this Herriman defense. I think they've been much more active and aggressive. Been flying around, the size. Been a problem for Davis to deal with.
Yeah, they're not perfectly balanced like a certain water company with perfectly balanced pH levels in their water.
You know what that means to me? This water tastes weird.
This water tastes weird.
That's the interpretation.
It's
healthy.
I didn't say healthy. I just grabbed this one. It was the biggest bottle I could get this morning.
No, I know, but when it says perfectly balanced, oh yeah, it's gonna make sure you're. Yeah, no.
Electrolytes for taste.
Yeah, they taste all right.
And I'm in hydrogenated water now. I just can't find it. Body Armor doesn't quite do it. I didn't want to bring my hydrogenated bottle with me. As Ike Palmer crawls that one up and in.
Isn't all water hydrogenated? I mean,
no.
Hydrogen is part of the water molecule.
It's part of it, but it's not enough.
Got it.
There's studies, man.
What would I know? I got a D in chemistry, so.
I didn't even take it, so I didn't get a D in it. Here's Coleman down the baseline, finds Ralphs, and he's fouled by Barclay. And is going to put Easton Ralphs back at the line. A lot of seniors on this Davis roster, and they've got about 3 minutes left to try to make something happen down 14.
Yeah, I mean, Ike Morgan, Caleb Taylor, Zach Fisher, multi-year goers for Davis. Easton Ralphs, just his first year here at Davis, but he's been good for the Darts this year. As he makes the first free throw.
Well, they'll return Coleman Atwater, Bodie Sparrow,
Bessinger,
JT Turley. I mean, Brecker Kauser, I saw him play earlier this year. I'm not sure where Brody is, or Bodie Sparrow. I thought for sure he'd be out there. But free throw is good, and it's a 13-point game. We'll be right back You're watching the 6A state tournament. I'm sitting next to a bunch of chemists. 3 minutes left in the fourth quarter. Bring it back down. There's Carlo Mulford.
You know, I had to look it up, but H2O2 is hydrogen peroxide. I don't think you're supposed to drink that.
It's cleansing my body. What do you want from me? As that ball's out of bounds. Back down the floor with Davis. As the three on the way is short from Ike Morgan. And now back to the corner to Ike. Zach Fisher tries to get some space. Does. Kiss off the window. No. And Johnson and Ralph's tied up. Jump ball, and the ball will remain with Davis.
Davis possession.
As Atwater a foul away from the ball. We've had quite a few of those. Does that foul goes to Ike Palmer?
Yeah. I'll tell you though, Herriman and Coach Meekum, they have to be happy with their effort here today. No let up.
Yep.
I mean, you talk about, a team will always find their rhythm and get a run. They have not allowed Davis to find rhythm at any point today.
That's true. Fisher got some space.
Yeah.
It's the deck.
Saw that hand come down, yeah.
Let's see who it goes on.
Barclay, I believe.
Number 3 on Kale.
Shooting shot.
So Zach Fisher at the line. Kenzie Valentine will have our post-game interview following this game, unless it's a Cooper Lewis-like and the whole Davis team sprinted to the locker room after the game.
That's when you go tackle him.
Get back here. So I imagine Cooper went around. Kid's pretty sneaky.
Yeah, I mean, Riverton learned that today, right?
That's true. Well, I also know that Quincy doesn't love, as we know this too from our years of covering Old Lone Peak. Now, he told me he learned from some of it. He doesn't love the media attention on his guys.
What we're going to do next time is stand outside the locker room. Now give it a whirl.
You know who was notorious for that. As that ball is inside and a foul was Doug Beecham. I waited for Doug Beecham for almost 40 minutes once, waiting for him to come out of the locker room. Vince was there, weren't you? We sat out in that locker room when they just rebuilt the gym. Yeah, I was. Then he apologized. I'm sorry. And I told like 4 people, hey, will you tell Doug to come out? Yeah, he'll be right out. It's okay.
He had other obligations, Dusty.
It's true. We did so many American Fork games coming up, too.
That's true.
And there was a little bit.
Who's that point guard back in the day?
Pause.
Yeah.
Bowling for chairs. Get him and Tooney and McKay Franson, who I became good friends with Dr. Franson.
Yeah.
Now Dr. Franson, I believe. As Malcolm misses that one. Was Mike Morgan gets that bucket.
Ike's a player I'm going to miss watching.
Yeah.
That guy's all heart, all hustle, never gives up, always running around. He's a fun player to watch.
Certainly is. Timeout on 4. We'll be back. Dusty Litster and Dane Stewart with you as that ball goes out of bounds. And
timeout.
We'll keep it here. I always feel bad. We just keep sending anybody out the commercials. We're not while it isn't quite March. We're not March Madness.
Just so they know, it's not our fault. We don't have media obligations. We just have our sponsors, which we can read at any point, such as now.
Such as now.
Boom.
Over 300 supplements available on NutriCost.com. You can get 30% off if you use the code UTOMMADE. NutriCost is proud to support Utah High School sports, and they want to give them a deal. Get anybody who's watching this stream a deal. Use the code UtahMade. Get 30% off of your supplements. And look, if you're going to buy local, we say that all the time. Well, NutriCost is a local company based in Vineyard. But go to NutriCost.com, use the code UtahMade, get 30% off your order. Also, we talk about this too. After basketball, you're going to be outside for baseball, lacrosse, and soccer. It's cold. You say you're miserable, and it's all those things. Yeah, but guess what? It doesn't have to be that way. We've got Igloo, IGLU, Outfitters.com, another Utah company, Igloo Outfitters. And Dane and I both tell you, those things are amazing. When I say amazing, I mean amazing. And not only that, they're waterproof too. So inbound to Palmer. Good job not falling for the foul call there as Morgan hit the deck in this 11-point game. Mulford into the corner to Blanchard. It's a beautiful thing. We're not just having a bunch of fouls at the moment, though we'll probably have one. There it is.
Dusty, come on, man. It's like you haven't been doing this for 19 years. You never go with the broadcaster curse.
You knew it was coming, but I was like, well, at least it wasn't, yeah. And there was going to be an end to it. That was the next point I was going to bring up. There's an end point. You put the shot up in 35 seconds or give up the basketball. As the free throw is good for Ike Palmer.
And, you know, maybe just one thought here. For any of those frustrated with the RPI in 6A, 1, 2, 3, and 4.
Yeah. Yeah, all one.
Just go in.
Yep.
Go in.
Palmer misses the free throw, or the three. It's game 4.
Yikes, man.
Misses the shot. Rebound to Herriman. Foul.
That was a nice save. I mean, even our producer is giving you a clap on that one. We almost lost our G rating. And the headset's still on. No broken headset. There it is. Tell you, that would have been a good time to have a bench around, though. Dusty would have just like thrown up 415.
There's the free throw. Good by Malcolm Johnson, who a lot of foul trouble. Stayed out of the game. Our player of the game, I'm not going to break any news here, but Malcolm Johnson could be a player.
Yeah.
And voted for all the foul trouble.
Well, look, regardless of player of the game, let me actually add this with Malcolm. Been a couple of moments, especially in this fourth quarter, whether he was on the bench or on the floor, where he's helping his guys calm down, right? There was a foul when he's on the bench. He's up. He's making the play call. He's on the floor. There's some frustration. He's coming over, helping guys relax. I love the maturity that we've seen, the mindset from Malcolm Johnson, whether he's been on the floor, off the floor. A senior knows his last chance and knows that they've got a bright or a real opportunity here this year. Love what we've seen from him being a leader on the floor. Ooh.
Yeah, Malcolm came down on Coleman's arm there. Going to get him checked out. So 30-second timeout as they attend to Coleman Atwater. And it gives us a chance as the boys' session will be coming to a close. Just thank everybody for watching this week. Hope you've enjoyed the coverage. We're game 12 of 16 the first couple of days. But we'll be back tomorrow with 4 more games. It'll be the 5A semifinals. And I don't know about, Dana, I know we're both excited about that. We're excited about all the games. Well, the 5A semifinals should be a lot of fun.
Should be a lot of fun. You talk about a region rematch in Olympus and Highland. Will be great. Alta, boy, they look like they're good to go, huh? Tough first half, but that second half, it looks really strong. So, yeah, it should be a good battle in 5A. I think really you could look at any of those 4 teams, Dusty. I know Alta's the #1 seed, but seen Olympus, pick your poison, man. Any of them are positioned to do it.
I think those 2 games would be great. On this side, it's set. It's going to be taking a miracle here from Davis, but Herriman versus Lehigh is very intriguing. Layton versus Corner Canyon. potentially the two best teams in 6A. If it weren't for the beginning of the year with no Brody Kozlowski, the RPI looks a little different without Brody, or with Brody for a full season.
Well, I think the other thing, too, is for those frustrating the RPI, and I know Corner King is not going to love this, but Herriman's got an extra 2 wins. And Corner played a really tough schedule. You mentioned it, one of the toughest schedules in the history. But guess what? RPI doesn't care. I mean, like, if you lose those games, it affects your winning percentage. That's half. And so, you know, falling early, not having Brody. Now, if they win those games, if they have Brody and if they win those games, then it helps them because you get great win percentage for playing out-of-state teams. But the reality is they didn't. And so, you know, that certainly affects their RPI as you see Davis players starting to come off the floor here, including a senior Nike Morgan.
Big hug from Coach Chad Sims, one of our favorites. Got to know Chad as we've done every game for Davis since 2021, the 2020-2021 season when they won their state title. And got to know Chad, just one of the good guys coaching. And you wouldn't know it the way that he runs his offense. I mean, the guy's not a technology wizard, as he will openly admit. My favorite is to get text messages from Chad written like an email. Hi, Dusty. It's Chad.
I do that too. Usually it's to coaches because I don't think that they save my number because why would they?
Chad, I'm like, Chad, we're business partners. I mean, we're okay.
Yeah, I got his number programmed.
Yeah. We had some time run off the clock inexplicably as we got players coming in and out of the game.
But a little more hydrogen over there on that scorer's table.
They do. We get the information out. More hydrogenated water. Hey, man, there's medical studies. I'm not making this stuff up. And then they say add a molecule. Nothing else is placebo effect. It feels right. But Zach Fisher, Caleb Taylor, Ike Morgan. We're talking about Ralph's. I mean, it's been fun covering all their games this year.
Yep.
And some of the guys multiple years. But they'll be bringing a lot of talent, and not only that, it's Davis basketball. It's the one place where, you know, there's some pressure there, but it's the only place we go into, and Dane uses this all the time. It has this slogan and no one else says. Defend the tradition. And it isn't just like, hey, it's our yearly logo. No, this is like on the wall in the school.
Go look in the building. Just go to the building. Look at the walls. That's all you need to know about Davis High School. And it's not just basketball.
Yeah.
It's a school culture.
My favorite part of that school is that the threes on the way and off the mark from Peyton Chamberlain is the case at the bottom of the stairs as you go to the gym side.
That's awesome.
Has all the old stuff in it.
Old
the sweaters,
helmet, yeah.
and desks and things like that. So what we love Davis is but their season's coming to an end, and it's going to be the first time in school history that Herriman is going to go one game away from getting to a state title. Now, they won a softball title. They've won, I don't think they've won baseball. They won football, soccer, right? They won in soccer?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah. And then, get basketball has not been this close before.
You know, they're one game away from adding a trophy to that case. Still got work to do. But they're right on the doorstep. And I mean, for me, that Lehigh game, I think it's a fun matchup. I think it's going to be so intriguing.
Right. Free throws are good. Back down the floor, Coleman Atwater, no. That ball tipped around. Stilson comes away with it, saves it back toward the middle of the floor. And this is Jackson Hansen. As shot clock is turned off. Yes, you guys want to play Peyton Chamberlain. There's Ulibarri up top. And that is going to do it. Again, the first time in school history, the Herriman Mustangs are moving on to the semifinal in boys basketball with a 63-48 win over the Davis Darts. Congratulations to first-year head coach Doug Meacham on getting his Mustangs to a place that they have never been in program history. congratulations to Herriman and to Davis. An outstanding year. Coach Chad Sims once again did a great job, and his team we know will be back once again. But Dane, your thoughts on a selection of a player of the game?
Well, I think Herriman was dominant inside and out from the get-go. We talked about their size. It made its presence known. But for me, the player of the game was Carlo Mulford. That young man shot the ball incredibly well from the outside. I loved when Johnson was off the floor. He's driving, getting three-point play opportunities. Carlo Mulford was fantastic today and helps lift Herriman to the win.
Certainly has, and congratulations again, as we said, to Coach Doug Beecham and his Herriman Mustangs. They're going to move on. Kenzie Valentine will have our interview here momentarily. She's just waiting for them to come off the floor. But again, to Chad Sims, we always appreciate him and all that he helps us out with throughout the year. But as Kenzie Valentine has located Carlo Mulford, and we'll get ready for our post-game interview. Go ahead, Kenzie. Take it away when you're ready.
Carlo, congrats on the win. What do you think the key was to your team's success today?
What the keys were? Playing defense and listening to our scouting report. We stopped their best players, their two best players. We went under the screens and listen to what our coach told us to, you know. So we boarded really well. I feel like we slowed it down. When times were going our way, we slowed it down, got the good shot. Didn't get sped up as much. So, yeah, that's all I got.
You seemed very calm in the second half. What was your mindset heading into that?
Oh, it was just, on the scouting reports, just keep it slow, play our own game. And as a point guard, I feel like that's my main job, is to keep the tempo going and keep it how we want to run. So, I got to tell my teammates, slow the game down. And myself, to keep myself calm, it's just, I feel like we were in control the whole time. And I wasn't going to let my team lose this one. So, I had to do what I had to do to get the
Speaking of that and you and your team, what does it mean to you and your team to be advancing to the semifinals?
Oh, man, this is the farthest we've ever gone in school history. So it's pretty crazy. I love it. I'm so glad to be here, man. And it's been the best 2 years of my life so far. And it means a lot to us. We're going to go in that locker room and party it up. So it's going to be crazy.
Once again, congratulations. I hope you guys can add another trophy into that case. Good luck for the rest of the tournament.
Thank you so much. It means a lot.
Mayor man, a miscommunication on our end, but congratulations to Carlo Mulford and the Herriman Mustangs as they move on to the semifinals for the first time in school history. Congratulations to Coach Doug Beecham as well. But again, Herriman over Davis, moving on to the semifinals for Dane Stewart, Kenzie Valentine, Austin Bigelow, Vince Francis. I'm Dusty Lister. Thanks for joining us and for watching the 2024 6A State Championship Basketball Tournament on KSLSports.com.